Now that I've heard of.
I've heard of that.
Goji berries.
Yeah, Goji, Goji berry. And he gave out a website, which I'm not going to give out on the air, but a website to go to get a bunch of natural and holistic products.
Okay. Why aren't you going to give it on the air?
Oh.
OnlyNaturalInc.com.
Okay, and I'm just saying.
I didn't know if I should. So
you can. It's not like
okay.
it's a dirty book site or anything like that.
That we know of.
Oops. Sorry.
No, it's not.
Okay, that's good deal. Well, thank you, Streetcar. We appreciate that. He's a very, very avid and actionary listener. We do appreciate people.
Yes.
So I would trust his website. If someone else just calls up, hey, can you announce the website? Heavybreathing.biz. No, I'm not going to put that on the air. That's the thing here. We're talking to Eno. One of the other things that Eno is very knowledgeable at is meditations. And I think, if you don't mind, can we go in that direction?
I was just thinking that.
Because we're on the same wavelength,
Wow.
Eno. It's so funny because I just sent you an email like 2 days ago, and you said, I was just thinking about that. I really learned to tune into things that I've known you for many years, and we were always friends, and we talked about stuff, and he didn't put his beliefs on me, and I kind of came around naturally, and now we were very much on the same page on a lot of things. Yes.
We have a caller. It is one of our Mothership guests, Karen Uchima's on the line, and she has a question
Karen,
for our
how
guest.
are you?
Hi, Dobie. How are you?
We want to have you and Grant up here again, and Richard maybe too.
Oh, great. Now the Mercury's direct. That'd be wonderful.
Absolutely.
There you
We'd
go.
love to have you back. What's your question?
My question is to your guest. I have a friend in New York who claims he grows banana trees, and he said that he uses vermiculite and bird poop. You're talking about bird poop or different kinds of poop. And he says he actually covers it up with hay during the winter. First of all, I'm not totally sure I believe him. Second of all, if this is true, the climate is changing. But what would you recommend? And what is the purpose of vermiculite? Is that to aerate the soil? And what else could he use besides that to aerate the soil?
I'm not so sure about vermiculite. In my world, was used to start seedlings, either that or perlite or something else that's just kind of light. But is that to
aerate the soil, or is that actually do something to the soil?
For the seedlings, it makes the roots grow real easily in that stuff. But one of the things I have heard is some places are not carrying vermiculite because I believe it's got asbestos in it.
Okay.
I'm not sure of that. But
that is true, because he did say that, and I was concerned about that. That's why I'm wondering, can he replace that with something else besides using that in the soil?
Yeah, I would think perlite.
Perlite, now, is that expensive? I'm wondering why he doesn't use that.
It's more expensive than I like, and I try not to use it. If I'm rooting something, like a geranium clipping, say, I'll use some perlite there to get it started. But
so these are supposedly big trees. What else could he use? Branches? What could he use to aerate the soil besides perlite? I'm assuming he's not using it because it is expensive.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to think. That the soil gets pretty aerated with humus, with just composted matter, with manure that's broken down or vegetable matter that's broken down. But I don't know. I have no experience growing banana trees in New York. So,
he's claiming maybe the climate has changed. He's claiming he's getting, and I thought he meant dwarf trees, but he's actually growing full-size bananas.
That's a little hard. That's a little far-fetched. But
well,
I don't know.
You never know.
No, that's true.
Well,
yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Karen. We'll talk to you off
Karen.
here. We'll definitely have you guys up here in the next few weeks at your convenience.
Okay, thank you.
Beautiful,
Bye-bye.
thank you.
Bye, Karen.
Oh, Karen's great. She listens all the time. And
Yes, she does.
we appreciate the people that are guests on the show and then become listeners. It's like a happy family.
She's a smart one, too.
Oh, she's very smart. And the thing is, I think the things that we're talking about now, the mainstream media and people in general don't necessarily talk about. So even if we just have our own friends up here, have just a big electronic discussion, which you couldn't do 100 years ago, even probably 50 years ago, you couldn't have this. So
That's true.
we'll be healthy and smart while everybody else is
Rotting in their core.
big, large tumors the size of canned hams.
Going to the Golden Corral and filling up on
Yeah, but we went to the Golden
nastiness.
Corral. We ate good things.
We
They
did.
have fresh vegetables there, which you can't get. We couldn't have had what we had going to Greg's Pick and Save store. Not that they don't have those things there, but by the time you take it home and chop it up and cook it, it's like it's the time constraints.
Well, and the cost, too. I mean, it was much cheaper to eat the variety there than to buy them all individually.
Our store has a salad bar for $4.99 a pound, of which I worked at today.
Did you? Have you done it? Have you gone there?
To Golden Corral?
Yeah. No, to the salad bar.
Our own salad bar, yes. I will purchase things because I know I'm making it. I know what's happening with it.
So
I
you know
will
your
purchase it
hands have been
myself.
cleaned and...
Yeah, yes. My hands are extremely clean, yes.
So $4.99 a pound is not actually that much.
It's not that horrible, no. It just, you have to be careful what you buy. Don't load up on bad stuff.
Well, when are they going to make Big Macs $4.99 a pound? We got to go to the top of the hour news. Eno Yaw is going to be here. If you want to talk to him about anything, we'll talk about meditations after the 10 o'clock news and holistic gardening, farming, anything you want to talk about. More about poop. Shelley, you happy about that? Top of the hour news coming up. The Mothership Connection's got a long way to fly.
You're listening to the Mothership Connection on AM 1050 WLIP, your cosmic link to the other side.
Welcome back as the Mothership flies on Sunday evening. Summer is ending. Fall is coming upon us. Football will soon be here.
Yay!
Hopefully we'll have your undivided attention for the rest of the evening. Interesting stuff this week. Thanks to Eno Yaw for coming in. Good friend. Hopefully future good friend of the show for more often. He was on the phone. Now he's live in person. Hope it's not too long of a drive for you down here, Emo. I know.
No, not at all.
Because you come down from Milwaukee. We come out from Illinois. So it's about the same for everybody.
Yeah, that wasn't a problem.
Kind of meet in the middle. So
the problem was getting in the front door.
Really?
That was the problem.
Do we have our armed security guard on there? We usually have Dan Han. He's got a howitzer.
There was nobody there.
Didn't know the password in Portuguese. I have no idea.
I was hanging on the doorbell.
Yeah.
And nobody came.
Nobody came.
Well, we had the door shut at the time for the cleaning service, which is why we didn't hear anything. So with the first commercial break, we went right out there.
You said about 8:30, so we would commercial break. So normally we used to go to the back door, but that was the easy way that we all liked. So of course we got a memo. CC'd everybody, don't go there. Go out in the front where none of our guests can get in. Make it as rude and inconvenient as possible. So
I know your hours are from Monday to Friday, 8 to 5 p.m., and you're closed on Saturday and Sunday. And I said they got that right.
Yeah. Well, thank goodness it's Sunday. Now, Eno has got something that Greg is interested in here. Now, kidney stones are part of your history.
Yes.
In a bad way. Now, Greg has got a couple on him right now. We're worried that he's going to, get panned for gold. A couple of nuggets are going to come out.
I tell you, if I pass one on the radio, that'll be golden radio.
Well, I'm not holding the mic while you do it.
Oh no! Trust me, it'll be an extremely private moment, no doubt, but still.
Now, is this a painful process? As one of the health issues I've never had is a kidney stone.
Here's the deal. When the stone forms in the kidneys, and it could take time to do so, you may feel uncomfortableness, you may feel constipation, but you won't know where or how or why. It's like one of these mystery pains. Or all of a sudden you might feel like a slight tweak in your back or like your lower abdomen, that sort of thing. But when the stone solidifies and actually exits the kidneys, you know what's happening. And I've gone through this pain now more times than I can count. And it hurts the same every time. And every time when that stone exits the kidney, you want to jump off a cliff or get unconscious because the pain is absolutely unbearable. You can't sit, you can't stand, you can't lay down. There's absolutely nothing you can do. Although this time around, normally when you urinate, there's a horrendous burning sensation. This time around, I don't have that. And I wonder it's because maybe my innards it's scar tissue from the many that I've had before. It just doesn't hurt as bad. It's amazing what the human body gets used to. You put through enough torture, you don't really feel it too much anymore.
That's why Who's the Boss was on TV for 15 years.
I like that show.
Well, there you go.
So
I'd rather pass a kidney stone. Go ahead.
The pains that I've had today have just been minor inconveniences. I've been kind of queasy most all. I've only had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich I had before I went to work on wheat bread, and that's all I've eaten today, and it's felt like I ate 5 meals. My innards are not jiving well with me today at all. But tomorrow, the pain will shift somewhere else, and that's just what happens. And stone, the longest I've ever taken, about a month to pass one stone, and that happens.
And how do you know you passed it?
Now, sometimes I didn't know I passed, and the doctor's like, well, you must have passed it. Now, that's the real trick. I've only caught, of about the dozen or so stones that I've had, I've only physically caught 3.